My name is Zach Bagans. I never believed in ghosts until I came face to face with one. Raw. Extreme. These are our ghost adventures.
Okay. All right. Welcome to Paranormal Playback, the podcast where we recap the spooky and entertaining world of paranormal reality TV. I am Charlie Holly.
I'm Melanie Malone.
And I'm Lauren Sanders.
And this is part 2 of Ghost Adventures, Season 1, Episode 5, Sloss Furnace Factory.
Facility.
Facility in Birmingham, Alabama.
In Birmingham.
Birmingham.
I love Charlie's Long Island Southern accent.
Yes, if you haven't listened to episode 1 yet, I am from New York, and then I moved to Georgia 8 years ago, so I've got a little mixture going on in here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like to say the word y'all a lot.
I feel like people say y'all in other places besides the South.
They do, but I always wanted to say it, but never felt comfortable saying it until I moved here. And then I was like, oh, I can say it here because everybody else
I don't even hear it. Like, I'm not even aware of it.
I was never a y'all. I always say guys.
Yeah. I grew up saying guys.
I'll say both, but I definitely say y'all.
Okay. Thank you so much to all of our listeners. And for those who are new, we welcome you to the fold, to our Shadowverse that we're creating.
Join us.
Please join us. Feel free to subscribe, follow, and leave a review. If you're enjoying us, please leave a 5-star review because every review helps.
We want to hear from you. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Or send us a DM, like if you want to hear something different or have ideas for like a show we can cover or a particular segment you like and want to hear more of. Let us know.
Yeah.
We appreciate the support. Share with your friends.
Share with your friends. And if you're on Instagram or TikTok, follow us and join the conversation over there.
Yeah.
So as we move into this episode,
back to Zach.
We're back to Zach. So in part 1, we learned about the Sloss Furnace and its history as a coal processing furnace factory or something.
Or something.
I wrote that.
Iron.
I wrote that because I wrote this before you read this whole time. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what the Sloss factory does. The Sloss Furnace. Oh my God, I cannot get it right.
That's okay.
Yeah. So they process pig iron apparently.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
A young paranormal investigator told us about how he had been slapped by a spirit, and numerous people told us about seeing the ghost of a sadistic foreman, John Wormwood, who everyone refers to as Slag. But Mel taught us that there's no documentation about this man ever existing. So
yeah, Slag is very likely just an amalgamation of multiple shitty foremen that existed over the years.
Yeah. So we ended on Zach and Nick testing fate in what can only be described as the dumbest climb in all of paranormal reality TV.
And the dumbest climb down.
And the dumbest
descent.
The even dumber climb down. They climbed up the 90-year-old, 225-foot high Sloss Furnace Tower. And I am still not over the foolishness of that.
If you're from Georgia and you've been to Six Flags, that is taller than acrophobia.
What is acrophobia?
It's the drop ride at Six Flags. It's the one that like takes you up and then it just drops you.
Oh, I was not following that. That was the name of a ride.
Well, I said it, Six Flags.
No, I know, but when you said acrophobia, I thought it
context clues, Char. Context clues.
I thought it was like the fear of heights.
It is that, which is a great name for a ride that literally just drops you.
Okay.
You know,
I'm sure there's like spiders around, or it has like
arachnophobia lore. I mean, but if you want to tackle 2 phobias in one, you can fall while covered in spiders.
Yeah. So then
I just imagined it was like a giant spider with like the arms like dropping you down,
Acrophobia.
Sorry, Lauren. Context clues.
Context clues.
I love that you're just like, yeah, and I'm sure there are spiders around it.
Yeah, there's just spiders.
It does have signs though, like when you're waiting, and maybe this is just like a weird nostalgia thing.
I've been on this ride, and it'll be like, this is taller than the Tower of
Godzilla,
London,
or not taller than the Eiffel Tower. So it's this thing is about 20 that they climbed was about, I believe, 25 feet taller than. I think it's a 200-foot drop.
Okay, so we are back with the lockdowns. In the newest season, they did not make a big deal out of their lockdowns.
Probably because they had like a ton of crew that came in. So it wasn't actually.
Yeah, and they did 2 nights. So that was also like a part of it. But no, we're back with the official lockdowns. And I like this lockdown because they have a padlock chained to a chain link fence with barbed wire at the top. All I kept thinking was like, how fun would it be to see the guys come running out screaming and trying to scale this chain link fence with the barbed wire, trying to get out. Zach explains that this fence goes around the entire perimeter of Sloss Furnace. He goes on that because of this, they have access to everywhere where all these paranormal claims have been. Okay.
Do you think that like when they go and ask about access to these places, that most of the time the people don't give a shit? And they're like, it'd be really cool if we could access the whole site. And the dude's like, yeah, I mean, whatever, dude.
Yeah, go for it.
Like, don't make a mess.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the guy locks him in there and he's like, man, these idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a waiver to sign. Please don't die while you're in here.
Yeah, that'd be the biggest. This one I'd be like, oh God, how many? I feel like going into this furnace with Zach and crew is how I feel, or how I just felt coming back from vacation with my almost 4-year-old and my 1-year-old, where I'm like, okay, where in this location, how many different ways can you die in this building that I need to like be aware of? But instead it's like ghost adventures in this furnace.
Yes. Well, and at one point I was afraid that they were going to try to climb up the tower in the dark because I was like, please tell me you're not going to try to do that. Luckily they did not.
Yeah.
Well, and did they say like when's the last time that tower was used?
Oh, it shut. I did. When they shut it down. Well, let me go back to my notes.
Yeah, I think you said it, but Zach did not say it.
No. Until 1971.
Yeah.
It became a National Historic Landmark in 81. So until the 70s it was used, which is pretty wild.
Yeah. So like 50 years of rust.
Yeah. So they head inside and Zach says, before we had a chance to even set up for our investigation, Sloss Furnace welcomed us with a chill down my spine. We see a timestamp of 8:15 p.m.
I miss the timestamps.
Oh.
I like them a lot.
Oh, you miss them.
Yeah.
Like,
sorry.
Yeah.
I just felt very like unaware of what was going on in the new season. And I find the timestamps nice. I think they both obviously tell you when it is, but how much more to expect.
Right. Like how much time is left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember when we were watching, like, well, I guess Poltergeist was a 2-hour episode, but you're like, are they even going to do a lockdown? When is this going to be over? There, you just have no awareness of.
Yeah.
Well, every episode in the new season is like, oh, there's a night 1. Oh, there's a night 2.
Yeah.
Like, wait.
Oh, there's a guest.
Why is it daytime now?
Yeah.
Kind of like when we do this podcast and I'm like, wait, we're not done yet?
Like last night, you're like, wait, we have more? And we're like, what?
Well, at one point, I swear we were on the lockdown like tab. And then
I think I was on the lockdown tab pulling copy.
Yeah.
And then
yeah. So I was like, thinking we were like really far down, and then all of a sudden we were like still on housekeeping. So
Yeah. Further, I mean, you guys can't see when we're recording this. We share, Charlie like shares her screen, so we know what's coming up next, and she organizes her Google Docs with tabs. She taught me tabs. I didn't even know you could do tabs within it. So it
It
looks
helps keep you aligned.
yeah, but she has like 1, 2, 3. There's
I know
20
it looks
tabs,
crazy.
and it looks like we're gonna be here until 3 a.m. So even if it's like a
But-
paragraph on each page.
Yeah, some of the tabs only have like a page
Yeah.
of notes, but it does look intimidating if you're not aware of how many pages there are.
Yeah. You're like, oh my God.
so I thought we were like done yesterday, and we were just getting started. So
Yeah. Yeah.
But night 2, I get to see your faces again.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so we see a timestamp of 8:15 p.m. and Zach breathing heavily in night vision. Aaron says, "Are you all right, dude? Damn." And Zach starts shouting for Nick. Nick! Nick! Nick comes running to Zach's side. Zach says, "Oh man, dude, I just saw it with my own eyes. That is what this is about."
Also, just
Wait,
pausing
let me-
real quick on you saying Zach breathing heavily in night vision. I feel like that should be printed on like a pillow or like a t-shirt.
Yeah, maybe that's our first piece of merch.
Zach breathing heavily.
in
No,
night
it has to.
vision.
We've got
I'll-
darkness. I know it's dark in here, but it feels dark in here. That's
But
one.
it feels dark in
And then
here.
we got to do the
guys, we need merch.
Yeah, that is in the plan. Zach says, "Oh man, dude, I just saw it with my own eyes. That's what this is about." Very excited. He continues, "As you can see, I don't even have a camera because we haven't started our investigation yet. Fuck me, dude." He goes on to explain that while he and Aaron were setting up, he saw an unexplained figure walk right past the door. Zach tells us he believes it was wearing blue overalls and a white t-shirt, which would have been a typical work uniform for an old Sloss worker.
or like
Do you think
any
he made-
worker ever in that
Yeah,
time
do you
period.
think he made that part up? Like somebody told him, like, "Oh yeah, they wore blue jeans, blue overalls, and a white t-shirt," and he's like, "That's what I saw."
Well, he'd seen the historical photos. I mean, yeah, they were in like
Yeah.
black and white, but I'm sure they have. I mean, it's a museum now. I'm sure they literally have the uniforms on
Pictures.
display.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, after somebody was vaporized, they were like, "Give us those overalls. We're going to put this in the museum."
but I do think that might be like a trope that he ends up leaning into, just based on was it our Timu Vegas episode, the Whiskey Pete's, when he was like, "Oh, I just saw a figure down there."
Yeah.
I
So
don't know why this quote from him coming up is so funny to me.
so Zach shouts, "It's not even full dark yet." I was like, it's as if he thinks the ghosts respect nighttime or something. Like
But
they wait until the night.
He clearly hadn't seen. This was clearly before Paranormal Activity too.
Yeah.
In the cabinet.
Like surprise, Zach. Ghosts can do things during the day as well.
yeah, but just like the way he worded it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even
Not-
full dark. It just sounds like a kid said it,
Yeah.
you know?
Three more sleeps to Disney World.
Yeah. It's not even full dark yet.
So he continues to shout, "You guys are already coming out to check us out? Well, I saw you. You still got me shaken up here."
Sweet Zach.
Just so sweet.
I will.
Let
As
him-
I was going
let
through
us know.
this, my notes are also just like a stream of consciousness. But I wrote, "This is making me nostalgic," and I didn't even watch it growing up.
I know, but aren't you glad we have the old Zach back?
So glad. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. The new one is just whatever.
Well, even in the first half when he's up on the tower and he's walking around like there's poop in his pants.
Oh my God, it was
Oh, I
so
know.
funny.
So
He's like-
good.
And Aaron is, or not Aaron, Nick is like messing with him, and he's like, "No, stop, dude." Like, that's just the best when they mess with each other.
It's like,
Or like when Aaron's
Don't
talking
talk
to him,
to
he's
me.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
don't talk to me.
Yeah, I saw
I love
some
that.
posts from like I think it might be like the official Ghost Adventures fan page or something on Instagram, and they posted the original documentary. I think a link to the documentary they did.
Oh, I saw
There's
that
a documentary?
too.
Yeah, the
there's a
one that they
documentary.
submitted to Travel Channel and that got them the show.
Oh.
And I'd love to watch it.
I
Oh, we should.
Yeah.
That needs to be bonus content. I think we need to watch that and review it.
Yeah.
I want to.
Let's get it in the
Totally.
can.
Maybe that's something that we can watch together
Yes.
live, you know, kind of.
Can we do like a Mystery Science Theater type deal with that?
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely think we should do that. So the guys grab their gear and begin their investigation. Zach tells us that they are going to check out the underground tunnel since this is where a lot of people see apparitions. Nick starts trying to capture EVPs. He says, "Are you still trapped down here? Can you tell us why you're down here?" Zach shouts, "Make a noise for us." Nick asks the ghost to push a chair. At the 18-minute and 55-second mark, we hear something that sounds eerie, but also maybe like a zipper being pulled up, or
A zipper?
possibly wind blowing through a tunnel. Those were the two sounds that it sounded like to me. It did not sound like somebody screaming. I think at one point later on, Nick's like, "And we heard a little girl scream." And I'm like,
yeah, he does say that.
why would there be a little girl in here? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Maybe it was the little girl's happy place.
Maybe she loved going to hang out at the Sloss Furnace.
You know. Maybe it was like a late night, like high school hang, and she had her first kiss there, you know?
Oh, how romantic. In a weird,
weird way.
traumatizing sort of way. So Nick says, "Did you just hear a kid?" And Zach shouts, "I just heard that too. I swear to God." Aaron says, "I didn't do it," as Zach shushes him.
Aaron's the best.
The shushing is back. Yes, and Aaron is the best. Zach tells us that they clearly heard a little child's voice. When they replay the sound more and more, it still sounds like wind to me. Like literally they're in a tunnel. It sounds like wind blowing through a tunnel. Again, maybe that would be weird for there to be wind in there. Maybe there's no breeze, but it didn't sound like a child screaming.
Yeah.
That's not what I heard.
Yeah.
The tunnel is pretty creepy and dark, and all of a sudden we hear Aaron shout and see him bent over. As he's trying to gather his bearings, he's looking around and then tells Nick, "I just got punched by you, I thought." Aaron looks genuinely scared. He says, "Fuck this. I'm serious. You didn't bump into me?" And Nick says, "I didn't even touch you." We see the camera pan over to Zach, who seems completely uninterested in the fact that this just happened, probably because it did not happen to him. And he casually says, "You all right, Aaron?" Aaron says, "No, dude, I need to get out of here, man. Fuck. I just got fucked up, man." He continues, "I'm serious, dude. Let's get out of here for a little bit." And Zach says, "No." Nothing like having your friend in sheer panic after being punched by a ghost and telling him, "No, we're going to stay." Aaron is begging Zach to let him leave, and Zach keeps saying no. Nick says, "It's happening right now. We're not leaving." So their attitude is basically that because the activity is happening, there's no reason that they need to leave the space. Aaron explains that he thinks he has a black eye. Zach says, "Was this the same unseen force that slapped Kevan Walden?" As they walk down the tunnel, Nick trips over a puddle of water. He tells us that he stepped in mold, and then Aaron is laughing and also starts to trip on the tracks. Zach is taking the tunnel very seriously while Nick and Aaron are giggling like little kids as they stomp around in this moldy, dirty water.
They were seriously like, they're just like little kids again, jumping around in a puddle.
They like did a close up on the water too, and it looks so gross.
Yeah.
It's like, ew, you're gonna need a tetanus shot when you're done. Zach says, "Just to show you how pitch black it is down here and why it's so difficult to walk, this is what we see with our eyes." And then they turn the cameras to a normal mode and not night vision to just show us how dark it actually is.
I really appreciated that moment.
Yeah. Because I think this is especially early on. I remember we were feeling like it didn't even occur to us how dark it was until I think when they were in the prison. That I think was the first time I realized, like, oh, they're literally walking around in the dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Zach says, if there's somebody down here, I want you to make a noise for us right now. Aaron suddenly turns around and says, oh, dude, I swear, dude, there were footsteps walking faster and faster right behind me, man. Zach asks Aaron to show him where, which seems like a weird question considering that they are in a tunnel and there are only two directions. Zach aims his camera down the tunnel and shouts, quit toying with us, which is weird because doesn't he want them to toy with him?
Yeah, he's very like hot and cold with his requests.
He's like, show us something. Okay, not that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he says, there's something down here with us, guys. There's something down here. So now our timestamps are back.
Woo.
We see a timestamp for 12:03 a.m. Zach tells us that the night was still young and Sloss was teeming with paranormal activity. So they bring the investigation above ground. So now they start looking up at the catwalks. And at this point, I was terrified. I was like, which I swear to God, if they try to go up there in the dark, I'm turning this episode off.
Yeah.
Like,
There's no way. Like, I mean, I was shocked they let him go up there during the
in
day.
the daylight.
Yeah.
So they set up a static night vision camera to aim up at the catwalks where countless men allegedly fell to their deaths. While the night vision camera is capturing furnace number 1, the guys move over to the old railway where they had been interviewing a lot of people. As Zach is talking, something catches his eye. He starts aiming his flashlight and walking slowly down the tracks. He says he saw something glowing and asks the guys if they saw it too. Nick tells Zach that before he had seen it, Nick had seen something moving down there. I would argue that it could be a raccoon or something just because raccoons have glowy eyes. I was like, it could have been a lot of things. Like they didn't have control over what they could see beyond the edge of the fence. So I was like, it could have been anything.
Yeah.
Aaron says he sees it on the camera. And at first I don't see anything. Zach says, there it is again. Okay, let's run it.
Them running towards the lights. I can't.
They're talking calmly. And then all of a sudden, Zach and Nick just start running like full speed down the tracks in the dark. And I'm like, first of all, the thing you're looking at looks like it's pretty far away. So even if you run, you're probably not going to get to wherever that thing is. Then you're running on tracks in the middle of the night. So I was just waiting for one of them to just fall flat on their face because that just doesn't seem like a place you want to run.
They were just running on pure adrenaline at that point. And like,
they were like, we have all this space for activities. We got the whole furnace factory facility to ourselves.
Oh my God.
So Zach then feels the need to explain why they were running. Thank you, because I was wondering. He said, when there's something that we see, we feel the need to immediately go to it to see if we can either debunk it. And if we can't, then maybe it's paranormal.
Oh my God.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for that explanation for why you were running.
I didn't think you were just running for your own health. Like I figured that's why you were running towards it. But thank you for explaining. When they show the footage again, I do see the glow of a light, but it's hard to tell what, if anything, it could have been. It was so far off in the distance. And like I said, like they're outside. Like this could have been anything. Zach says they couldn't find the source of this unexplained light. And we see Nick jumping. I forgot about that part. Nick jumps over the fence just to prove to us how hard they looked for this light. Like, you didn't have to jump over that fence.
Oh,
I don't know why you did.
He had to.
He was like, parkour.
Parkour. Paranormal parkour.
Oh my God. Lauren, you need to put in a clip of Nick trying to jump the fence and do paranormal parkour.
Okay.
So Zach shows us that he made an X underneath the furnace in the spot that Scoggs, aka Michael Scoggins, had shown him that he had seen a dark figure. So they set up another night vision camera aimed at that area. Zach says at exactly 24 minutes and 15 seconds after they hit record on the night vision camera, they captured this unexplained mist. And at the same time that it forms, you can hear what sounds like a worker pounding on old metal.
I tried hard to see that mist, but
it
looks like another light to me.
I didn't see anything.
So at first I didn't see anything. Then I watched that clip again and I saw something, but the footage was so grainy that it could have been a light. Like you can't tell what you're looking at.
Yeah.
So now they move on. Zach says, on every investigation, we like to test out a new piece of equipment and experiment with it. So we are introduced to the thermal imaging camera, which I was excited about because I'm actually planning a Char Checks the Tech on thermal imaging cameras. And I was like, I don't know if we've used them in any of our episodes yet.
Oh.
So when I saw it pop up, I was like, oh, yay. Here it is.
Found it.
So Zach tells us that this camera gives us the temperature of spots wherever the crosshairs are looking. So for those who are not familiar, crosshairs in a camera is like it marks the center point of the camera so that you know when something's like purely in the center. Okay. He says, but if we see a cold spot in the shape of a figure or even a hot spot in the shape of a figure and it's not us, then that gives really good credibility that it may be a spirit right in front of us. So now they head down to the area where the fatal steam blast had happened, killing a handful of workers, and where people have been harmed by unseen forces. Zach shouts, well, I want to know who slapped Kavan in the face. Are you a little intimidated now that there are 3 of us down here? Well, I'll tell you, you got an advantage because we can't see you. Why? It's like he's trying to be a tough guy, but then like saying the quiet parts out loud and like you're showing your hand. Yeah. Like, I'm confused at what you're trying to accomplish here. Nick says, if you can hear me and you see this red light in my hand, can you come to it and speak? Whoever slapped the guy who was sitting there, we want you to come over and do it to us now. Whenever I read the things that they have said, their words are so confusing to me.
Yeah.
Like they don't say things in a logical way. No. And I'm like, whoever slapped the guy who was sitting there, we want you to come over and do it to us now. Okay.
Do what to you now?
Exactly. So Zach shouts, come on, don't be cowards, come out. Nick asks if Zach heard the pipes move, and Zach says no, but Aaron says, dude, I heard it above you. Nick says, it's always good to give it a little pause after you ask questions, because it takes the spirits a lot of energy to speak, Lauren. I literally, as he said it, I was like, Lauren literally said this in the last episode we recorded. You're muted.
Yeah.
Thank God somebody said it.
I was like, oh my God. And this is probably why Nick got taken off the show because
he's logical-ish.
Because he's like, maybe we should, give him some time to respond before we continue to shout. Yeah. So he says, because it takes the spirits a lot of energy to try to speak. And then Zach says, or slap somebody in the face. Nick responds, nah, I think they're just being cowards right now. They're scared of us. Zach taunts, of course they are cowards. Just as Zach starts to ask if they are trapped there, we hear a pipe clanging. Zach shouts, okay, that's good. We heard you. Did you just bang on a pipe? Can you do it again for us? Nick shouts, do it now. So this just reminds me again, going back to like the toxic boyfriend situation of it all.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
where
that.
he's like, I hate you. And then you come over and he's like, I love you. I'm just kidding. It's like bipolar. Good job. You're doing great. You coward.
Yeah.
So now Zach shouts, I said, start working harder, Slag. As a reminder.
The role playing is back.
Love it. But did we already go over the part where they like show a picture of Slag when they're describing him? They do like a thing where they show like an old timey picture of a foreman.
That probably was in the first episode when they
No, it was
were
right around
talking
here
about
because
Slag?
my note was like, I was like, Slag never existed. I wonder what this photo is that they're faking.
Oh,
It's just it must have just been a general foreman.
yeah.
But there's a moment when they show a photo from the.
Yeah, I don't remember. So as a reminder, Slag was the sadistic foreman who worked his employees to death, and he was allegedly pushed into one of the furnace towers by his workers. But there's no evidence of this ever happening.
Of this person existing.
Yes. So Zach starts some role playing again. Slag, if this is you, I want you to get back to work right now. Because we don't work for you. Do you not like what I'm talking, Slag? I feel like he uses this kind of lingo when he's like trying to be tough. Like he inserts like weird language.
Yeah, he does.
Do you not like what I'm talking?
His weird like role playing nature. Yeah.
I need to go back to role play in the Sugar Shack because there was another phrase he said in that episode that was very similar to this. And it was just strange.
I'm the warden now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So good.
Do you not
But I think
like
he
what
said
I'm
something similar,
saying?
like, do you not like the way I'm
Talking
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah. Aaron suddenly says, whoa, something just moved big time right behind you, Nick. I swear to God. They start realizing that both Kevan and Michael were attacked when they were alone. So now they come up with a new plan. It is now 2:42 a.m. And Zach tells us that because Sloss Furnace is such a big location, they decided to set up this little nerve center.
I was waiting for this part and that are my glasses crooked? Okay. And then really disappointed because I thought they were gonna explain it or like the name or anything. They're just like, this is the nerve center. Like, what do you
Yeah, like the
What do you
origin
mean?
That's all we
story.
get? Like,
Since it's technically the first one.
yeah, and they didn't even say the most rational reason you have the nerve center is to rule out that you are the one creating the noises at that time.
Yeah, they explained none of it. And on top of it, the tech was old square TV boxes.
They're so old. Why are they so old?
Like they remind me when I was a kid and we would go on road trips. My dad bought the like small square TVs that had like a VCR in the bottom.
Oh yeah, I had
Mhm.
one of those in my room.
Yeah.
That's what I
we
watched
would, like
MTV Fear on.
we would watch. Oh, we talked about the Goofy movie recently. So my love for the Goofy movie stems from a vacation trip from New York to Florida where we drove like 20 hours and we had this little square box TV set up in the car, plugged in, and my parents surprised us with the Goofy movie, and that's all we watched
This
on
is
the
where
way
Lauren's
there and
judgment.
on the way home.
This is where
I'm
Lauren's
still perplexed.
judgment.
It is hands down the best Disney movie to ever exist, and I will literally fight people on that. So come for me, I dare you. It's better than Lion King. It's better than everything.
You are entitled to your own opinion.
I could watch it a million times. And I bet you Banks would agree with me.
I'm
I don't
looking this up on
know.
IMDb.
Wait, what do you mean looking it up? You've seen it.
Like the score.
Oh.
The score.
It's a great, I mean, it's like a great movie, sure. Is it the best Disney movie of all time? I don't know.
Yes, it is.
I don't know.
So, yeah, so the Nerve Center is these really old, granted it was 2008, but still, I feel like the tech that they used was like what they could afford at the moment. It didn't look very high tech.
Yeah.
Like they could have at least had like a computer monitor or something, but it wasn't even that.
Mm.
And so they set these TVs up so that Aaron can monitor the cameras. And that's about as much information as they give us. But he did explain that they had to run hard cables to both cameras at this point. So they literally had to run cable from the TVs to wherever the cameras were.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
How
Yes.
long were those fucking cables? They couldn't have gone far.
I know. No, they had to have been pretty damn long though, no matter what, because like the furnace is huge. Like,
Yeah.
Even if they set up as close as they could to where those cameras were, I still feel like it would like be several, like 30 feet away.
I'm sorry, they were directly connected to the monitors?
Yes, because at the time, the wireless technology was not enough that they would be able to stream to the TV.
Mhm.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, and it's so funny because we were alive at this time and I remember this. Like, I remember my brothers having LAN parties, LAN being
Oh, yeah.
LAN,
Yeah.
because to play video games, the games would be glitchy. If
Oh my
you were
God.
on
LAN
wireless.
parties.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It's probably a deep cut for you.
Yes.
dear.
My brothers were huge like gamers and they still are. They dabble, but
For those who don't know what
Yeah.
a LAN party is, it's when you all get on LAN, like local area network. You would
you all have to go to the same house.
yeah, and you
Yeah.
sit in the same room and play your games together.
Like have multiple TVs set up, multiple systems,
On-
and everybody's hardwired Ethernet in.
It's
so
almost
that-
like the book clubs now, where you all read different books, but you just hang out in a room and read together.
Mhm.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
that, but also
Yeah.
not at all like that.
Yes. So for the youngins, there was a time where wireless was not power enough. Wi-Fi wasn't just not powerful enough to stream everything.
I don't even know when the language of stream
Streaming started.
started.
Netflix, don't you
I
think?
Yeah, I feel like it was probably Netflix.
Yeah. Well, no, it could have been HBO.
No,
I
it
don't
would
think
have
that was considered streaming.
No, it was YouTube.
That was
wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, probably was YouTube. It probably was YouTube, and Netflix, and maybe like portions of HBO.
Yeah. It is wild how much we have seen technology change since we were all born.
Oh yeah, our generation is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet it'll
But-
be kind of like I wonder, with everything with AI now, like if like our kids experience a similar thing, like we saw the rise of the internet and how that affected the world, and I wonder if it'll be a similar thing to them.
What freaks me out
AI.
is that my first child will not know a world where AI did not exist.
Yeah.
My child is going to be born into a world of AI.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that to me is just mind blowing.
Yeah. I try to also think, like, when everybody like freaks out about AI, I'm like, people did this with the internet.
I think
Yeah.
about that too.
Like-
I'm like, people did this in the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
Well, like what
Electricity.
about like Y2K?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like that like whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But people do this with electricity, you know, like in Downton Abbey, when the grandma is like, oh, such a glare, you know?
Yeah.
She just likes
And-
scandals.
Anytime a new technology is introduced, people freak out.
Yeah. The
So-
television versus radio, you know, like all of it. It's all.
Photography?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine how big of a deal that must have been? To be like, it's a picture of me.
People thought it was stealing your soul.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Versus
that's
like, this isn't
crazy.
a portrait.
So back to the nerve center setup. They have one camera in the boiler room where Zach is going to be by himself. And this is where the kid had been slapped. This is where they had just been with the thermal camera as well. Zach feels like the taunting was getting responses. So he wants to go back in there and they are not hooking up.
They're
That's what I was-
hooking up in the boiler room. Ooh, scandal. Nick and Zach are kissing in the boiler room.
They're hooking each other up with walkie-talkies is what I was trying to say.
Should we have
But
that be one of our merch things? Ooh, scandal.
Yes, please. Also, can somebody ask GPT to write some fan fiction of
Zach.
a throuple between Zach, Nick, and Aaron?
Oh my
I feel
god.
like we need that in our lives.
Oh.
Okay. They have the camera in furnace tunnel number 1, which is where Nick is going by himself.
Oh, so
Zach
fuck
and-
these tunnels. There's something about 1 point perspective that just makes things so creepy.
Mm-hmm. Especially because it's like, if there's nothing around the sides of you, it's like either something's going to happen in front of you or behind you. And if you turn around, like no matter what, I always feel like something's about to happen
Do
behind
you
me.
think 1 point perspective has always been, because I love, that's like my favorite style, I guess, of photography or anything is 1 point perspective. I think it's just like beautiful during the day, but creepy at night. Do you think that it was always innately creepy, or it became that way because of like Stanley Kubrick and The Shining, you know, those scenes?
I think that's
Who
something that's
directed The
just
Shining?
Cooper.
Stanley
Okay,
Kubrick.
okay, all right, cool. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think like the converging, like I think that like
Well, the zoom in, whatever that shot,
Yeah.
it's eerie. Maybe it's eerie when there's something in it. I don't know.
don't you think it causes like visual tension where it's like everything is converging into this one
Yeah.
point?
Into the vantage point.
Yeah, the
Like
vantage
kind of
point.
like a black hole, sort
Yeah.
of. So they have the other camera in furnace tunnel number 1, which is where Nick is going to go by himself. Zach instructs Aaron that if he sees anything around them while they are in these locations, to radio him. So now Zach and Nick go and position themselves in their respective locations. Zach starts taunting again. Is anyone here? Come out and show yourself. I'm just sitting here like a piece of bait for you. Why does he talk like a cowboy or something?
I mean,
situation.
here we go. Role playing Zach again.
He points his camera down a hallway. Come on out through that hallway right there. Is that you, Slag? Slag, are you the piece of crap who was slapping a boy in the face? Well, come do it to me now.
Oh, wait. This is when he's like sitting on top of that little thing.
Yeah.
And then something happens with Nick. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's coming back to me. I watched this so long ago.
Yeah. So Zach continues taunting, but nothing is happening. We cut over to Nick, who is sitting in a chair in the tunnel. He says, can anyone come to this digital recorder and talk to me? Come to this red light.
Oh, yeah. They used to explain the recorder to the spirits, which they do on Kindred Spirits.
Yeah.
Not Mel talking about Kindred Spirits. It's not a Lauren. But yeah, I like that they kind of explain the tech.
So Nick hears something behind him and turns around. We hear what sounds like water trickling, which is probably just that raw sewage. Yeah. Nick starts shouting, who's back there? Can you come to my voice and talk to me? Slag, are you here? Zach says Nick was about to capture yet another of the many EVPs we've captured in this lockdown. What the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, I don't know that we heard that many.
We didn't.
Maybe this was a lot for them back at the time, you know?
I guess. I was like, what on earth are you talking about?
Yeah.
So
I didn't hear one EVP.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The many EVPs. So Nick asks, do you hate me? They play back an EVP for us that they believe is saying, I hate Zach. When I closed my eyes, I heard something. Maybe it could have been a whisper or a raspy voice, but I could not for the life of me make out what it was possibly saying. So I think that I hate Zach was a huge stretch.
Yeah, I couldn't tell either. It was just so hard to hear.
Yeah. And this goes back to my point about how back in the day, all of this stuff, the spirit boxes and their EVPs were usually not that clear, but for some reason in today's world, when they get them, they're super clear.
Mm-hmm.
So Aaron asks Zach, "Are you okay, man? Did you just get slapped?" Zach seems irritated. "No, man, I'm just hearing some noises. Just don't call me right now." So rude. Aaron was
But I
like
also
genuinely
get that.
concerned about him.
I also get that. You know that sound that like a walkie-talkie makes before somebody starts talking? It's like, shh,
yeah.
you know? And you're like
It's
alone
gotta
in the
be
dark. That's got to
Yeah.
be terrifying. Like I actually get Zach saying that. I'd be like, don't fucking send
It's got to
something.
be pretty jarring.
Yeah.
So I get it. So Zach shouts, "Come on, Slag, is that you? Are you getting pissed off? All you can do is make some noises." We hear what sounds like a pipe banging, and Zach jumps up out of nowhere. He asks Aaron if he sees anything around him because he keeps hearing sounds, but Aaron says he doesn't see anything. Zach holds up a digital recorder and says, "Okay, Slag, I want you to do me a favor. You see this little red light? We hear something." And Zach gets quiet. And then he tells us that he's getting chills. Zach says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. My whole body is completely froze over right now." He explains that it just hit him like a ton of bricks. He shouts, "I'm telling you right now, Slag, you're fired. Grab your gear and get the hell out of here now. I'm taking your new job."
That's what I wrote. He's taking the job. That's back to the role playing, the major role playing. Yeah.
Right, exactly. "I'm the new sheriff in town." As he goes to repeat that last sentence, we hear what almost sounds like a pipe knob turning. Oh, yeah. Okay. It was like a pipe knob turning. And like the squeaking to me reminded me of like the way a knob on a hose sounds when you're like turning the spout on.
It sounded like an iron door opening to me, like hinges, like squeaky iron hinges, which tracks with kind of that the turning of a faucet kind of thing.
Yeah, it was just a squeaky metal sound.
Mm-hmm. Like a spigot.
Yeah. So he shows us that right as this happened, he caught an EVP on his recorder. Zach believes the EVP is saying, "Come here." But again, this is another example of it just not being clear enough for us to determine what it was saying.
Yeah, I couldn't hear shit.
And if Lauren is saying she didn't hear an EVP, you know it's bad.
See, Lauren, we agree.
Look at us.
Look at you guys getting along.
Guys.
So it's 4:17 a.m. and Nick is still in the tunnel alone. Nick captures an EVP that Zach describes as creepy. But again, they couldn't, and I couldn't, capture any words. Aaron radios to Zach and tells him to move to his left a little bit. He sees something. Zach aims his camera and Aaron tells him that he thinks there's something back in there. Zach says, "Are you back here, Slag?" Zach tells us that this is the exact spot that he had been hearing noises.
Yeah, I just heard it sounded like raining to me. Like rain, the sounds of rain.
Mhm.
But I guess they are in like a pipe. Is it
Yeah,
a pipe
and-
or it's a tunnel? Or a pipe?
Well, Nick was in a tunnel. Zach is in the boiler room.
Yeah, I guess the tunnel I thought was a pipe, like a really big sewage pipe, but that's just me misinterpreting.
I mean, it was underground.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it very well could have been a giant pipe. Anyway, all of a sudden, we see Nick jump up out of his chair and go running down the tunnel. He screams, "Ah!" And then he shouts, "Aaron!" And as Aaron is asking him what happened, it looks like Nick falls onto the tracks. Aaron runs to his side and asks him if he's okay, but he's not responding.
Poor Nicky.
I know. He asks Aaron if he heard that. Aaron says he didn't hear anything, and then Nick just says, "I just fell." At this point, I was very confused because if you track what I just said, Nick screams, then he falls, Then he won't answer Aaron about what happened and just says I fell. And I'm like, wait, why did you scream?
Yeah.
You screamed
Maybe he
before
was,
you
like,
fell.
embarrassed. I don't know. That whole part was weird. And I was like, what the hell are we even looking at on this camera?
So while Aaron is away from Nerve Center, Zach is asking if he sees anything behind him. Zach gets irritated because he's not getting any responses from the guys, just like he's not getting responses from Slag. Nick tells him to hang on because they're getting serious activity. The serious activity is that Nick fell. Nick is...
That part was so confusing.
Nick is pissed. He says, there's something here. Come on, Slag. Is that you? Aaron says, maybe we should get out of here. And Nick says, no, we're not getting out of here.
We don't run.
We don't run. Nick tells Aaron that he had heard something audibly whisper in his ears, come on. When he got up, he tripped and fell. The static night vision camera captured something appear. So they claim it's a mist, but I see absolutely nothing. So when they show this footage, and we'll put a picture on YouTube for it, but they circle an area and it's just black darkness.
I saw a little. Like I saw some sort of like misty, smoky, whatever.
Something.
But it like absolutely had no human shape. Like they were like, that's shaped like a human. I was like, what?
Where?
I mean, if anything, it could have been
Honestly,
like steam.
Yeah.
They're in like a tunnel. I don't know if it's hot, what time of year it is, and there's like water everywhere. Like it could have been.
Well, you know how sometimes a camera, like the pixelation just like changes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who they
Like-
pushed in so much on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like sometimes it does that. Like where it's just, where you zoom in so much, the pixelation just changes.
And that was like
Yeah.
nowhere near where Nick was.
It was just very strange. I was like, this is to me, it was just a big stretch because I literally was sitting there like squinting, trying to see. It wasn't until this next part where they actually started reviewing stuff and they like enhanced it that I was like, okay, maybe I see something, but maybe it was the contrast on my TV. I don't know.
Yeah.
I still couldn't see anything when they were looking at it, reviewing it.
I think I was in too much shock that it was Billy.
All right, let's get to it.
Yeah.
So the guys are released at this point from Sloss, and now they want to show us the evidence that they found. So yes, that was it. That was their whole investigation. If you feel like you missed
like
something,
super. They always
didn't-
end abruptly. Like
you missed nothing. That was the whole investigation.
yeah.
So they get released from Sloss, and now they want to show us the evidence that they found. We meet Billy for the first time.
Young
Bill
Billy.
Tully, who he is. This is the Billy of Billy and Jay. There is no Jay. This is just Billy. It says he's the lead investigator for PIMPS.
Did he call it PIMPS?
Yes.
How did I miss that?
Yes, and it said it on the screen. It was very clear. This is the name of his company. It's called PIMPS.
I feel like
Of
at
course.
that time, PIMPS was like cool.
Yeah, like 50 Cent.
Yeah, like 50 Cent. Like
Uh-huh.
I'm a
Yeah.
pimp
What year
kind
was
of
this again?
2008.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I mean, it's still like a good
That's-
4 years past like
50 Cent being,
like super relevant, but
And is this like during Pimp My Ride?
oh yeah, like
Like-
Exhibit,
Mhm.
Pimp My Ride. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is like actually, I would think it's in the tapering off of the pimp era,
Yes,
you
I would
know,
agree with that.
but to paint a picture of like it's not that cringe.
At that time, well, it was cringe in the same way that like wearing Ed Hardy was cringe back then. Even if it was like something that was popular, it was not something that was like cool. But you know that Billy thought this was very cool to name his company PIMPS.
Yeah.
He was like, he thought good and hard about it, and you can tell when I explain to you what it stands for.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, it is PIMPS. And let's address Billy's clothing first. He's wearing a backwards cap, an oversized t-shirt, and jeans. like big oversized jeans.
Like Jinkos.
Yeah,
Like
like
Jinkos.
Jinkos.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, PIMPS stands for Paranormal Investigations of Mysterious Phenomena Squad.
But there was only one that we saw. Billy.
Billy is the squad.
Billy's the squad. But doesn't mysterious phenomena fall under paranormal?
Yes. This is why I was like, he thought, I'm going to name my company PIMPS. It'll be really cool. And then he sat there and figured out how
What
to
it could stand for.
Yeah, how to retrofit the words.
Yeah.
I'm like, this makes no sense. Paranormal Investigations of Mysterious Phenomena Squad.
It's literally the same thing twice.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if we can think of a better what would be a better
Acronym.
yeah, like what for pimps, like paranormal investigators merely
Picking squash.
protrude paranormal investigators micro penis
Squad.
society.
Squad.
Micro Penis Society.
But also, why
That is actually Ghost Adventures. Pimps.
I hate this. I hate everything about this. Zach is once again wearing an odd hat choice. I can't tell if this is
It's the fedora
weird-
again, right? Is it a fedora?
I was like, but it wasn't. I was like, is this the weird hat he was wearing in episode 2?
No, that was a bowler hat. This is
Okay.
like almost a combo of a bowler hat and a fedora. It's like not as long as a fedora. It's like
It's
a
like
compact fedora.
It's like a fedora bucket hat. Like the sides are turned up,
Yeah.
but then like too much of the front was down. I was like, what is this hat?
It is.
Where does he get these hats?
Oh, guys, I'm not gonna lie. There was a time in my life where I
You had a hat phase?
No, I kind of liked when a guy wore a fedora, but it had to be like it was like Jason Mraz specifically, maybe just him. Like he wore a fedora, and maybe Orlando Bloom wore a fedora. I feel like I remember Orlando Bloom wearing a fedora during that time.
I hate to say this, but that sounds on brand for you.
Yeah, and then
I could
maybe, like,
picture
I feel
you.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't surprise me.
you know what? And I feel like did 50 Cent wear a fedora? Sometimes.
Not that I recall.
Guys,
Did you also like guys in a zoot suit as well?
Zoot suit riot.
Mel's face.
rude.
Okay. So Zach tells Billy that he wants him to listen to the EVPs and see if he can clean them up and tell us what he thinks they are saying. So he's kind of asking Billy to do what we've been doing, where we close our eyes and try to figure out what we hear. So Billy cleans up the audio, and as it plays, I hear nothing but static. But Billy says he thinks it's saying, I hate Zach.
I didn't
This
hear anything.
The biggest load of bullshit that I have ever heard on this show. I'm like, Zach told him what he thought already.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's no way that that's what he thinks it's saying.
Yeah. Or he's like, Pimp's not doing great. Maybe it's time to get into Ghost Adventures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We butter
And
him
he's
up.
like, He's like, if I do a good job, maybe I can be on the show.
Yeah.
Zach says, look at that. Provocation. Oh my God.
Oh, that
Provocation.
that should have been one of the P's. Paranormal investigators
Provoke.
merely provoking spirits.
So much better.
Moderately provoke. No, there's a better M than merely.
No. Yeah. Mightily. Magically. Mysteriously.
Mostly.
Mostly
Paranormal
provoking.
investigators misogynistically provoking spirits. Is that a word?
No.
Misogynistically.
Sure. I like Lauren's mostly. Mostly provoking spirits.
Mostly. Occasionally.
Zach says, look at that. Provocation works, does it not? And then immediately remembers he's on camera and says, I only do it to the bad spirits, though.
Lies.
Just letting you know that. Like-
Lies.
You forgot where you were, Zach.
Yeah.
You were very excited. Now they
How are these spirits that like fell to their deaths bad?
right, but he's Slag.
Oh, well,
Slag is the bad spirit that he's speaking to.
okay.
So
Fair.
whatever. So now they pull up the mist that they had just been talking about at the end of the investigation. When Billy enhances it, I do start to see something that's forming, but it's hard to tell exactly what it is. And when it does appear, it does appear to be something unexplainable, but I don't know. It's in the upper half of the frame, not high enough to be something from the ceiling. So I don't know.
How sad is it that like these two things are like the big evidence they have to review?
I hate Zach and some weird mist that we can't really see.
Yeah. I guess they debunked the light that they ran towards.
Well, they couldn't debunk it because they couldn't get to it because it was so far away.
I know, but they didn't run to the mist. I guess I mean they didn't have Billy.
Maybe that's what Nick was trying to do when he fell.
He was running away.
Billy said it looks like a mask trying to show itself. Zach says, I think this is the entity that hit Aaron. This is the entity that spoke. And most importantly, it's the entity that said, I hate Zach. And I'm glad he hates me because he gave us a great piece of evidence. And that is the end of episode 5.
I don't know what I meant by this last line that I wrote, but I wrote LOL. What is this bone clip in the credits?
I don't know what that is.
I wish I remembered.
Something happened with a bone. That we can be sure of. Which I don't know. I still haven't seen your raw chicken, so.
Oh, the raw chicken.
Okay, now it is time for Haunted or Hoax. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Ooh. Let's go, Lauren.
Lord.
I say hoax.
What? You heard it, everybody. Lord thinks it's a hoax.
It's a hoax.
I
think all the metal and all that stuff, it's an old factory.
Yeah.
And mist and all that.
Yeah.
And all the EVPs. That was just noise.
We heard nothing.
Old shit clinks and clanks
and all the machinery and stuff like that. It's just like all old pipes.
Yeah.
And
every sound,
water running and
it's still a facility. Like there are still bathrooms there. It's a museum now. You know, like parts of it are obviously the furnaces aren't blowing or anything, but it is. People are in there.
Yeah,
things can still settle.
And just like I was gonna say, things are still settling, and it's just
and
like
also it's very like open. Like it seemed like it was very open, and I was like, "There's got to be rats and stuff." I mean, there's sewage.
Yeah,
like, there's got to be animals and stuff in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What kind of animals like pipes? Is it mostly just rats?
I mean, just based on my knowledge from living in New York City for years, the rats like to be underground where there's like water running and pipes and tunnels.
It is all mostly like steel and shit. So it's not like they're squirrels or raccoons living in there, but rats makes sense.
Yeah, total sense. So I think we're all in agreement then. Tis hoaxed.
Yeah, I don't even know that you could. It wasn't even a very good hoax.
No,
I was gonna say I don't even know if I can call it a hoax because I feel so indifferent about it. I just feel like nothing happened. It was like a cool moment where they climbed a tower.
And then what did they just tell Aaron? Did they tell Aaron pretend you get punched?
Yeah, I don't know. And like here's some really interesting interviews.
What is getting punched by a ghost feel like.
I don't even know.
This is the first time we saw Aaron like doing, because Mel, when we watched the new season, you were like, I'm not used to Aaron being like
I know.
a medium or having like chewing mints that turn into dirt and swallowing spiders.
Yeah.
So this is the first time he did something like
Yeah.
that. So that is it for this episode of Paranormal Playback. If you enjoyed it and want to become one of our shadowlings, hit that subscribe button.
Hit it.
Follow us. Hit it.
Hit it.
Smash it.
Mash it. Push that button. That
Smush
metaphorical button that you just tap.
Follow us and leave us a 5-star review if you are so inclined. You'll be getting the rest of season 1 of Ghost Adventures for the month of July, and be on the lookout for the launch of our subscription content coming soon. Okay, shadow people. Until next time.
See you in the
See you in
shadows.
the shadows.